for the favorite part. Evua.
Yes, so it's time to get interactive. This time around, you tell us your opinions on a major story of the day, and I'll read them out for you and broadcast it to the rest of the world.
Okay.
Did you follow the Occupy Ghana conference?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. I mean, and the key issue that came out is what we discussed on today's big story, that they're threatening to take the Auditor General to court and to chase the monies that we've lost. It will be good. I mean, the lawyer is saying that it will be a novelty if we're able to do that. So we'll see how it goes.
So there were some notable speakers at the event yesterday. One of them, very famous Reverend Pastor Mensa Otabil. So we want to ask, he actually spoke a bit and said some things that were, I think, really relevant to the situation we find ourselves in right now as a country. So we're asking, do pastors have business talking politics and governance? Should they be sticking to just the word of God and saving souls of sinners? Shouldn't their business be making sure that we all go to heaven? Well, some say pastors are also humans and so have the right to freely express themselves. After all, they vote as well. So what do you think? I'm Efo Akwa Harrison and this is Gen Interactive. I'll be right back.
Joy News Interactive is brought to you in association with
Surfline. It's about time.
And you can join us via all our social media platforms. We're on facebook.com/Joy News on TV. You can also find us on Twitter at Joy News on TV or at JN Interactive GH. You can also find us Joy News IM at multitvworld.com or send your messages on WhatsApp. The number is 0540109009 and our handles again facebook.com/Joy News on TV, Twitter Joy News on TV or at JN Interactive GH. And then email joynewsim at multitvworld.com and WhatsApp is 0540109009. And Surfline proudly supports JN Interactive. Surfline, it's about time. Well, many pastors these days are not restricting their sermons to Bible stories. They analyze current happenings in society and sometimes dwell on national topics. And let me just go through the social media. If you Google African leaders talk too much, you get this is an article by Reverend Dr. Seth Latte. Let's see if it opens up quickly enough for me to read a little bit for you. But as we're waiting for that, let me read something by Reverend Dr. Mensa Otabil. And he is talking about, it says leadership is not by force. Otabil challenges Mahama to fight corruption, and head pastor of the International Central Gospel Church has challenged the president to take up the leadership mantle of fighting corruption, which is fast eating away Ghana's institutions. While Dr. Mensa Otabil appreciates the enormity of the task of leading a country, he was quick to add that leadership is not by force, and anyone who applies, campaigns, and ascends the throne of presidency must be ready to take on the difficult decisions, including the fight against corruption. Unlike chieftaincy, where prospective chiefs are caught, sometimes against the will of the chiefs, he said, for the presidency, we don't catch a president, you pay and campaign for it. So that's an article on My Joy Online, citing head pastor of the International Central Gospel Church. Now, so you can see for yourselves what some of our pastors have been up to lately. So let's take our first video blog.
The problem with corruption in Ghana is not the people of Ghana. The citizens of every country on this planet have the propensity to be corrupt. Americans are not more moral than Ghanaians. British are not more moral than Ghanaians. The only difference between us and them is that the laws work there and the laws don't work here. Corruption is simply a failure of the application of the law. And so I can imagine the sense of frustration if you're president of a country, and the sense of loneliness that you feel, that people don't understand you, that people don't really see it the way you see it, and it may all be true. But that is why leadership is not by force.
Some deep words there. So what do you think about men of God discussing politics?
Yeah, they are the best people. They are the best people to comment on it, in the sense that they are neutral people. There are some who are political. I don't think they should be they should talk. But the ones who are not political, there are some, it is widely known they are political, and I believe that they should be quiet. But there are others who are not known to be political. Those people should actively voice out what they think is the case. I mean, we are in a society, it's very sad that we don't think about the future of our society, but we are in a society where we should be thinking about the future. And in that sense, pastors are people who directly hear from God, and such people should come out with what they think and then help so that our future will be better.
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Ghana is a Christian nation, and if anything is going the wrong way, pastors in the country can get involved in it. Yeah.
They are citizens as well, so they have a big right, you understand, to comment or to do whatever. That is, quote unquote, like anything that concerns the country, you understand. So they are part and parcel of the country. So they are citizens as well. So I think it's not bad if they are part of it.
Well, a religious leader is also a citizen of the nation, so surely he or she has his view to bring out. So there's no big deal to bring out his view. But you know, when a religious leader wants to influence the political nature, it will be something very different, because you can use the religious aspect to rule a nation. If that should be the case, for instance, the economy, maybe religious leaders will just sit and say, okay, let's pray, let God work and make the economy very good for us. But it's going to be very difficult. It's not going to be possible. That's why I believe God gives us the ability to understand, give us the knowledge to understand so many things, so that we apply those things. So if you want to use your view from religious aspect to rule a nation, I don't think it's going to fetch us any better result.
It's a some do mu shame. It's say also for not to aba. Okojina ballot box ni mu. O choose presidential candidates. MP or no pe. E politics. Yeah, you go sorry demo or na you better collection and say nyame man you was sorry demo. You belong to different political parties. You know sorry demo. Until also for no. At the end of the day, or a politician, just or shall suffer. And the economy is saying, yeah, or so for no, or become one some a politics. Intimidate me, Jitum, as a sass of no pronomo, Casso Democrats, so much try and necessary voting, cry on train while sorry demo. Send a vote to me and say about because vote back accounts. It also for the vote account into as a or politics. But the most are so for coming politicians.
Comments from the streets, people saying that the church definitely has a say in what goes on in the country. After all, they also vote. Well, I'll have a talk with the General Secretary of the Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Opuni Frimpong, after this. And we are back. We are still watching JN Interactive. My name is Ifwa Akwa Harrison. Remember, you can join us by all our social media platforms. We are on facebook.com/Joy News on TV, on Twitter at Joy News on TV or at JN Interactive GH. Or you can send your messages through as well on WhatsApp. The number is 0540109009. Now, before the break, we were asking or we're telling you about the rise in pastors talking politics and governance. Now, I have on the phone lines the General Secretary of the Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Opuni Frimpong. Welcome to Joy News Interactive.
Thank you, my sister. Let me say good evening to your cherished viewers.
Good evening. Now, history has taught us that, the church had a hand or a big hand in issues of state many, many years ago. That seemed to have gone down a little bit, but in Ghana we are seeing a rise of church leaders actually talking about politics and governance. Why this rise, in your opinion?
Let me say, what you call a rise may be in existence all this while, but what has changed in Ghana is the media landscape. For some time, we have several FM stations, newspapers, television, and then the internet, and many more media patterns. And maybe that is what has changed. But the fact that religious leaders and clergy have always been in governance and pursuit of good governance has been the case. But let me say, let's draw the line between partisanship and good governance. The two are not the same. If I have a pastor who wants to kick one political party against the other, that may be a problem. But if people are talking about good governance and what it takes for us to make the right decisions, what it takes for us to have good governance, it has always been part of the Christian faith, and I believe in Islam also. All the tenets of good governance, of democracy, you find them in the Bible. Let me again say that when you talk about national leaders, we don't mean only political leaders. Now, we must get this right. Political leaders are not the only leaders of our land. Traditional leaders are there, religious leaders are there, business leaders are there. And we need all of them. When we are making decisions, we need all of them to make good decisions. So the mere fact that somebody has won election and therefore has been in politics, in representing a political party, doesn't mean we should all be quiet and listen to those people, especially if the decisions we can make contribution. They tell us my party is in power, so shut up. That can never be done. It's never been done anywhere. Now, if you go even to some of the advanced democracies, now the United Nations have representatives of World Council of Churches. Christians are represented and religious leaders, United Nations. I just returned last Saturday, African Union invited us to make contribution to Agenda 2063. I'm a General Secretary. We were in Kenya. I came back just last Saturday. So all over the world, this kind of talk that if somebody is a religious leader, that person should be silent when it comes to decisions making towards national development is a mistake. And we should just clear our minds from that. We need everybody. We need traditional leaders, those in business, academicians, in religion, everybody, including politicians, because governance is on decision making and pursuit of our common good. And therefore, everybody must be part of it. Maybe let me use your platform to call for better platform for engagement. I think that is what we don't have in this country at the moment. Platform for engagement, because we are talking at each other. Now, politicians are talking to the churches and church leaders are also talking at them. We need to talk with one another, not at each other. And if we can do that, maybe the environment may be better.
Okay.
But there's no way this country, others can be quiet and say, you have won election, we will all be timid and we'll watch. It can't be. Let me tell you, somewhere, when America needed to come out of the racial imbalance, Martin Luther King was a Baptist pastor. In South Africa, apartheid, Desmond Tutu, even though we all know Nelson Mandela, Archbishop Desmond Tutu was always on the front line. And recently, a mining company that was not doing things right was set ablaze, was banned. And those who led it, that injustice, one of them was a pastor. So
now,
let's
Reverend,
just get things right, rather than saying that we can silence some voices. It can't be possible.
Now, Reverend, in the country we live in, you know, people who talk about politics or who comment on politics are always tagged. This has also crossed over to pastors as well. They are always sometimes tagged. So is that a concern to the Christian Council?
Yes. In fact, I will just say that our democracy is still maturing. And therefore, we must exercise some level of patience and tolerance. But if we are no more under military dictatorship. Under military dictatorship, one person could just jump into a media station somewhere and order all of us to sleep anytime he or she wishes. Now we are under democracy and free expression and dialogue. So the mere fact that some of them even when we come to some of these clergy and pastors we are talking about, some in terms of academic achievement and all that are so advanced to the point that some young people who were maybe even fresh from university and all that will just come and say, my party is in power, so keep quiet. I mean, what exactly are we talking about? So yes, we are having a lot of vilification, insults, and attack. But I want to encourage the pastors. We are in together, you know, and we will sail or sing together. So this faith called Christianity, some have even lost their life. The symbol of Christianity is a cross. That is the example we have. And so we can't keep quiet if things are not all right. Whether it's corruption, accidents on our road, challenges in health, education, religious leaders in this country must rise up and save ourselves. And our political leaders must accept that they have a lot to learn from their religious leaders as well.
All right. Thank you very much, General Secretary of the Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Opuni Frimpong. We'll have your comments right after this. Should our pastors be talking politics? We've seen a lot of them reported in the media lately commenting on the state of the nation. And this is what we've been discussing on GN Interactive this evening. And we've also asked you on Facebook. Here are your comments. Bernard Kwame Hart says, pastors are also in the country. They buy as well. They must face the facts if things are not going on well. We are all feeling the heat in the country, and so are they. Kaba Nelson Sipkis, you say they are also Ghanaians. Let them speak their minds. After all, they also feel the hardships we are going through. Nuakbo, God knows. Billy, you say, I don't have any problem with pastors discussing politics since they are also citizens of this country. But my only prayer is that they should not be biased in doing so. And that's what Reverend Opuni Frimpong was saying as well. Mensa, okay, Asare Michael says, yes, it is the duty of men of God to educate and preach to their followers the true state of the nation. Majid Awudu from Gushegu, you say, if there is a clear difference between religion and politics, instead of separating the two, politicians rather influence religious leaders. Is that so? Baba Musa Tamale says, some pastors should join political platforms and to champion the cause of their parties. Okay. Echo Mensa says, pastors in the country are equally affected like we are, and I think they have an even greater responsibility to speak out about anything affecting us as a country and cause change among many in the country. That's from Echo Mensa. Kennedy Asare Bekwe says, I support what the pastors are doing because when the country is hard, pastors feel it. So it is good for some pastors to discuss political issues and also to advise the ruling government. Paul Gidiglayu say evil thrives when great men sit and do nothing. So that's from Paul Lawe Gidigla. Latif says every Ghanaian is experiencing the condition. It's only that we don't understand. We don't understand. Magzi Mubarak says being a religious leader does not prevent you from talking about governance because your church is not on an island, so it is part of their responsibilities as religious leaders. Some people believe what they say rather than politicians who are killing we the poor. So that's from Magzi Mubarak. Abdullah Ibrahim, you say some pastors are involved in politics nowadays, and Daniel Nanado Mensa says it is good and it is right for pastors to talk about what I don't understand, but what I don't understand is that these pastors are equally housing some of the corrupt officials in their churches. So that one is from Daniel Nanado Mensa. Desmond Destiny Apia, you say pastors in Ghana are also affected by the situations in the country, but they shouldn't be partisan. And Echo Mensa says it's really healthy, in my opinion, if pastors don't only talk in but come out to question and make constructive argument for the development of our dear country. God bless Ghana. That's from Echo Mensa. And those are your comments coming through on social media. Let's see what's trending.
In recent times, sharing of sex videos have become quite common on social media, and this menace is being termed as revenge porn since it usually occurs when a relationship goes sour. Let's go over to Twitter and see what people are saying about it. So Susie Raphael says, I just backed this brilliant project about a victim of revenge porn. Get involved. Well, and this is from Mariano. Sexual offenses often have more to do with power than sex. Okay, now this from Ama Ajima Asante. Okay, let's talk about revenge porn and the leaking of sex tapes and nude pictures. Why are we attacking the victims? Good question there. Here's another. Why is revenge porn victim Desire Luzinda being blamed? Revenge porn should be treated not as a scandal, but as a sex crime it is. Scandal or sex crime? What is your take? Afa, over to you. This has been What's Trending. My name is Lord Kuti.
Thank you, Lord. So, that's it.
There was a picture of the day.
Okay, picture of the day.
Picture of the day we can laugh about, but I don't know.
I don't know. It seems we don't have it, but our time is up anyway.
Yes.
See you again tomorrow.
You look nice.
Oh, thank you.
So when is the day?
What day? What day? Oh, there, the picture of the day. Once beaten. Oh, okay. Once beaten, twice shall. Wow. And then the second one is, okay, that one you can see for yourself. The people small, the budgets, and then the
Ghana make top. Did you watch that video? The guy was saying pa 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 pa.
No, I didn't actually.
All right, we better not talk about it then. My name is Stephen Anti.
My name is Ifwakwa Harrison. Have a good evening.
Good evening.
Joy News Interactive was brought to you in association with
Surfline, it's about time.